Doyle and friends in isolation with one of the songs from his new album, Rough Side Out. He is also out with a new book, All Together Now, a Newfoundlander's Light Tales for Heavy Times. And Alan joins us this morning. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning to you all in Ontario. My God, we miss you.
Oh, we miss you too.
Out here in the Atlantic bubble.
Now, how are things in your bubble right now?
Oh, they're good. You know, our numbers are going in the wrong direction like everybody else's. And so we're just taking a few, I think we're going to take a few precautions extra and try to get it under control. We've been doing a pretty good job of it this way. But I think like everybody else, we're looking into the winter now with our fingers double crossed, hoping that we don't have to go back inside for all of it. Because
you've released a new EP with friends, and it's called Songs from Home, with everybody singing from home. Are you able to tour that within your bubble?
I did a couple of things around Atlantic Canada about a month ago. So I was in Prince Edward Island for 3 days, and in Halifax for 4, and then home in St. John's for 4. So technically, yes, as of today, we are allowed to do that. But one of the hardest things about this whole pandemic for the music business, of course, is that, you know, the stoppage is hard, but of course the not knowing when the green light's going back on is even harder, because in the music biz these days, especially live touring biz, you need so much advance time and all that to make a tour happen, and we just can't know what's coming a month from now. So it's got to be kind of quick and easy and quick. You tour with the shortest amount of notice that I've ever had to do in my life. So it looks like we can do it next week. Quick, run down, do it.
And that's a nice segue into your book, because you've got a line in there: the only thing worse than being on the road is not being on the road.
Yeah, and this is exactly where this book came from. Was you know, when we shut down in March rather of this year, feels like 10 years ago, doesn't it?
I know.
I was working on a different book that involved some travel for Penguin Random House, and of course all the travel got shut down. So in April month, towards the end of it, they asked, we'd really like to put a title of humorous stuff out from you in the fall. Is there anything you could do in a month so we could have it by June and have it out in the fall?
No pressure.
Yeah, I said, well, I don't know. God knows I got time. And so I wrote this book in it's really all about funny stories that happened to me when I was a kid, or in touring around the world in bands, or currently as a dad even. So there's a few. Hopefully it brought a smile to my face remembering them all, and it hopefully it brings a smile to people.
Well, but you know what it did for me reading this? It actually made me feel good, because every chapter starts with kind of a scene in a pub, and then it leads into a story from there. And it just made me look forward so much. First of all, I want to go to Newfoundland. I've never been there, and I just want to go to a pub.
Yeah. Well, St. John's has a great pub culture, and not lots of places in North America do. And one of the cool things about pubs, of course, is that you go there to gather, and you go there to talk, and you go there to complain and sing and joke. And I think during the darkest days and the earliest days of the pandemic, when we were all stuck in our houses, we missed it. Especially Newfoundlanders, I always say gathering is our superpower, and we can, as long as we can get together and talk about stuff, and we can fix anything. And so this book was really a remedy for that, and I think the key points about it were to give people a bit of levity during these heavy times we're facing.
And when I read the first couple, I'm like, oh, these are great tales. And then I realized, no, these are really true stories.
Yeah. And, it's like, what a lucky life I've had so far, that there's that much kind of good times and humor. And, for folks watching at home, most of the stories, as you probably read, are very self-deprecating. It's not about huge victories that I've had. Quite the opposite. It's really about some of the dumbest mistakes I've ever made. And that's all part of it. That's all part of it.
And I love reading every single one. Now, I see on your website that you're supposed to come to Hamilton maybe early next year. Fingers crossed that that happens and we get to see you again. In the
Yeah.
meantime, you can read All Together Now, a Newfoundlander's Light Tales for Heavy Times. Alan, thanks for taking the time this morning to chat with us.
Thanks so much. Stay safe, everybody, and hopefully see you real soon.